Hello lovelies, let's start crafting and make it till our eyes smile, I like to say. Joining me today for Lainey's Shabby Tuesday is my lovely friend Jackie crafting in Mimi's World. I know you will love her, so go check her channel out. I will leave the link to her channel in my description box for some more Shabbylicious DIYs. We're going to begin by using one of these rounds from Beebeecraft. Absolutely love these. You get quite a bit of them in a package. And I'm also going to be using this beautiful paper from Stamperia House of Roses scrapbooking. I absolutely love this paper. I will leave all the links for you in my description box what I am using today, along with some codes so you can get some discounts on some of the items. Now I'm going to be using a pencil just to trace around this wood round. The next step would be just to cut it out. Now lovelies, you know I love my Mod Podge. I'm going to put a light coat right on top of this wood round. And I don't put a lot, just enough. And I like to put it on the sides too, so if there's any paper that is excess and I want to get rid of, it just makes it easier to sand it off. Now I'm just going to put the wood round aside for just a moment, and I'm going to get this. I have a little spray bottle with water on it, and I just spray the paper front and back, not where it's really soaking water, but just enough where it's damp. And then I place it above the Mod Podge, and that helps it from wrinkling and getting the bubbles. And it's enough where you can move it around just a little bit, just so you make sure it fits nice and snug on that wood round. I make sure I get my fingers and fold over the excess paper, so when it, when I want to sand it off, if I have to, it's there, it dries nice. I flip it over, make sure it's flat, and then whatever paper is not sticking on the edges, I go over it one more time with a little bit of Mod Podge, and just to make sure those edges are going to stay. And then again, I go over it one more time with my nail and my finger and make sure pressing down on those edges. Now I'm going to use this little round sponge, and I like using this one because it's easier to control how much gold and where I want it. And I'm just going to dab it on this paper, and I mainly go where the flowers and the roses are, and then I get my finger and I kind of blend it in and rub it. And you'll see me moving also the wood round just so I can see exactly how much shimmer is on there, because once it dries, that gold is going to pop even more. And all I'm doing is dabbing it, and then I go around into the center and around the numbers, and you do this till your heart is singing and your eyes are smiling. I decided to use some of this paste paint. It's from Folk Art by Plaid, and I just put it on my fingers, rubbed it together, and then just started smearing all over the place, and just in certain areas. I'm looking for that shabby chic feel, and I don't know, I love texture, so that's what I wanted to add to this piece, was to put some texture, and when I put some more gold, it'll just pop out even more. I get a little more, see how I'm just grabbing it, and I get it with my fingers, rub it between, and then just start smearing it on there. This is so much fun when you do things like this. I don't know, I'm one to get my hands dirty when I'm crafting, and I absolutely have fun. I get lost in the zone. I don't know, do you guys get lost in the zone? Leave me a comment and let me know. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I do one more light coat of the Mod Podge on top just to seal everything up. Now these wood decals, I call them wood decals, I got from Hobby Lobby, and I believe they were $1.99, and you get 2 of them in a pack. I decided to paint them with Plaid Folk Art Home Decor Chalk Paint in the color Seaside Villa. And I'm going to just do the front and back on both of the wood decals. After they were both dried, I decided to put some wax paint on it, and it was in folk art. I will leave the exact color and everything in my description box for you. But I was, as you can tell, I was very heavy on putting that paint on. I wanted it to be really thick. I wanted to make sure that all those crevices had quite a bit, just so the design on these wood cutouts would, you know, pop and show out more. So yes, I did put quite a bit. I mean, these would look really gorgeous if you put just stain on them or use the brown antiquing wax. I mean, whatever you like, or you could have just left them like this. I tell you, it's to each their own, right? So after I'm done, right away, I don't let them dry. I get a rag, just an old washcloth, and you can use a paper towel or a baby wipe, and you just wipe the wax off. And that's all I did. And oh my goodness, it was so beautiful because you can see that, I'm going to call it a blue, but you can see that beautiful blue teal color popping through, and then in the crevices it has that gorgeous antique white. Very shabby-licious, I'm telling you. My eyes were smiling, and went over it with some Mod Podge just to seal everything up. After it was dry, I decided to glue them right there on top of, I'm going to call it my clock because that's what it is. And I'm just going to put them, you can put them any way you like, but I decided to put them on the very top. So after those were placed, I decided to use one of these gems from Totally Dazzled. I love that it had that gorgeous pearl teardrop. That was just so shabby beautiful, right? I mean, come on. Gorgeous. I thought, I'm going to place some flowers on the sides, on the bottom. And I decided to use my painted roses. I get these from the Dollar Tree, and all I do is paint them. I love to spray paint them. I think it gives it a beautiful, gorgeous Victorian look. It's kind of, I don't know, it just makes them unique. I love that. So now I'm using another flower that I did get from Walmart. It was one that I had in my stash, and I thought it matched gorgeously. Gorgeously, is that a word? But you know what I mean. So I just ended up doing that, put my roses on each side, and then I got some fern that I also got from the Dollar Tree, and just glued them, put a little bit of dab of glue on each end, and just tucked it right behind all the roses in just different little spots. I thought it needed a little bit more, so I added these beautiful berries. They have like a really pretty pink tone to it, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. You get quite a bit of them, like on a bush, and I just pulled one of them off and added it. I thought it was a gorgeous touch. I also added a beautiful, look at that lovely cream color rosebud, and oh, you gotta have some Shabby-licious with some rosebuds, right? Especially that cream color. Oh, gorgeous. So now I decided to also put one of these cutouts, and they're from the Dollar Tree. I got the wings, and aren't they lovely? Oh my God, they're so delicate looking. I first went over front and back with Mod Podge just so it lasts a little longer and it seals it. And then I folded the wings up so kind of the center is a little bit down just to give it more of a 3D effect. Put some glue down to the center in the middle behind it. And now I'm just going to add it right there in those flowers to the clock. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful touch, right? I folded over some of the wing and added some more glue, and then I'm going to press it down just so it has kind of an uplift and it stays. I decided to add one more little flower from the Dollar Tree, of course, and put it right there. Oh my goodness, is that not gorgeous? Lovely. I'm loving this. So now it needs, yep, it needs its little hands. I decided to use chopsticks. You can find these at 99-cent store. You can find them at Dollar Tree. I like to use them for a lot of DIYs. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going to cut them one longer than the other, just the tip of where they're pointy, and I want one larger than the other. I painted it with some of this beautiful gold because, yep, it's Shabbylicious. And once they were dry, I'm just going to glue them right to the center. And you could put whatever time you like, but I chose to do this. After they're glued, I'm going to add one more thing to the center, and I added a little piece of the chopstick, excess chopstick piece, as you can see, just so the rose has somewhere to sit nicely and, you know, it's not lopsided and you can't see it anyway. And I used that paper flower from Hobby Lobby right there in the center to match the top of the clock. But isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I am so in love with this, okay? Oh my goodness. I decided to add a ribbon on the top in the back. So if I want to hang it, I can. I'm using Dollar Tree ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's the lace fabric ribbon, and they seem to carry it quite often. I cut a little piece of the paper that I used that was left over from our clock, and I'm going to put it right there on that ribbon, just so it holds it even, you know, more sturdy. It makes it more sturdy if I want to hang it. Oh, but isn't that gorgeous? You can add this right to a wreath. You can hang it the way it is. You can also stand it. I'll show you that. I have it on my fireplace mantle. I just fell in love with this. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Well, lovelies, I hope you enjoyed what I made for you today. Thank you so much for visiting me. Please give this video a big thumbs up. I so appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new, I hope you subscribe. I really love for you to be part of my Crafty Leanie World family. Don't forget to click that bell when you do, so you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you love Shabby Chic as much as me, join me every Tuesday for Leanie's Shabby Tuesday. It was my pleasure crafting with you, lovelies. Hugs, kisses, and fairy dust wishes. Be kind to yourself and others. Stay blessed. I'll see you in my next video.